August 12th, 2025. This is the S&P 500 E-Futures Mini on the 2000 tick chart using NinjaTrader 8. Here's what the chart looked like today. Economic data that came out was the core CPI number, which is around 5:30 Pacific Standard. See this really huge big candle? That's right around 5:30 when the news came out. And then overall, there were a few trades today. The price action kind of obeyed. It kind of followed nicely as compared to other days. The volume is still not the highest, but I was managed to take one trade. I missed an entry on another trade. There's another trade I thought was worth taking, but I unfortunately didn't take it. So this is what it looked like in the pre-market. It was just kind of like choppy carryover from yesterday. Choppy, the CPI numbers came out, rocketed price action up. Looks like it was in a range. Then it looked like it was one leg pullback, second leg pullback, third leg, bottoms out, starts a reversal, one leg up, pullback, second leg up. Looked like it was a spike and a very gradual gray channel up. And then later it looked like it kind of adjusted to a more slightly shallow channel. But this part didn't really help all that much because this is kind of closer to the end of the day. So I've since removed it. We'll go into the trades right now. So pre-market, I don't trade the overnight and I don't trade pre-market, but I did see this on the chart review. There's a break of the green up channel, test the high, comes back down, one attempt down, second attempt. This is a triple test. There's also a new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long, good signal bar close. And well, if this is in regular trading hours, I would still be hesitant to take these trades because these candles are pretty large. It's like 11, 8, 10 points. So they're pretty large, but the setup looks like it's there. Pushes up, moves down on this red down channel. First entry short, pull back, and then this is where the CPI number comes out. So this is just news. So you really don't want to be trying to trade this because during this gigantic move up, I didn't see this in real time. It could be oscillating quite a bit, and this is a 26-point bar. So even if you had your stop loss, you had to really quickly move it all the way down to here. And let's say your entry was over here. Do you want to risk like 10 points on this super volatile knee-jerk reaction? The prices break, goes to the high. Looks like it's one leg pullback, and it looks like it was more well-defined second leg. Break of the green, test the bottom. There's a first entry short, pullback, second entry short. This is a great second entry short, except it didn't break above this guy. It's an inside bar and it has a good signal bar close. So I can't mark it as any kind of trade. You kind of get a lower high here, but it never breaks below this guy until it gets to here. But this is just doji. Doesn't look that great. Comes to the low, pushes up on this orange up channel, break, test the high. It actually sets up for what I think is a possible trade. So it's a break of this orange up channel, test the high, pull back. Looks like it's a second attempt up. Looks like I'm at the top of the pre-market range and also potential resistance area here. It's a decent signal bar. It's only about 7 ticks. Did break above and close. There's enough room for 1-point scalp, so I thought this might have been a quick, good trade, but I didn't really like to take it. Prices moved down on this red down channel. Depending on how you drew it, looks like it was already a break at the low side. First attempt down. Technically, I have a second entry short here, but I saw it as a visual first entry. Pull back. Yes, there's a second, but I saw it as one, maybe push up, maybe two, but it didn't close well, so no good signal bar. Looking for a lower high. You don't really get that till it's below and outside what I thought was the trading range, which is this blue one. So here I was thinking, could this be a failed breakout with a reversal push back into the range? And you can see it didn't. Prices then continue moving down. Looks like there was a failed second entry short here. Hits a localized low. First entry short pullback. Second entry short. Second entry short developed below the EMA. So to say it's a failed second entry short, which it is, it feels a little dicey. So I'm looking for a higher low. And unfortunately, you don't get a higher low. Push up on the green up channel, break. You get a first entry long here, if you could call it that. Technically, you have a second entry long here, but even seeing this in real time, I'd have to count this as the first entry, second entry. Did break below and come back up. There's no real support area for this thing to be bouncing off of. So it looks like it's bouncing off of the middle of nowhere. It's a good signal bar, but I also saw it as a potential spike in a downward channel. So I'm thinking it could be working within this red down channel. in which case you'd be buying into this potential resistance. There's not enough going for it, no real key entry point. All it is just a good signal bar standing out there by itself. Price then continue moving, pushes up. You have a new low, first entry short, pull back, second entry short. Now this second entry short is different than this second entry short. This second entry short broke above the EMA. It's a good signal bar for a second entry short, except it's above the EMA. So when it pushes back down here, I suspect it's going to fail. I suspected it was going to fail on this one as well. So when you see this, but I didn't like that it didn't have enough power to break above. So it still reversed if the EMA is strong. In this case, it broke above. It looks like it's bouncing off the EMA. So I'm looking for a failed second entry short. It moves down, it fails. I drop my order in one tick above here because it's only 8 ticks. So it's like a 9-tick risk. It moves up and it leaves me behind. Not only does it move up, it makes a 2-point scalp. So that would be the scalp I was looking for. And if it already made that scalp, then I have to just abandon the trade. I don't want it coming back, picking me up and pushing back up. Felt a little dicey. Like I wanted it on the first go. So it's a missed trade, unfortunately. This creates a higher low. So it's like there's going to be a new low, first entry short, second entry short, kind of a higher low here. Let's see, what did I call it? A failed second entry short. I think I saw it as a, if I group this together as a first entry short, second entry short failure. It should actually be labeled as a visual second entry short, but this feels like it is kind of in the middle of nowhere. I do have this drawn, or I was playing off of this potential orange up channel, but it in itself doesn't feel strong enough to take a trade off of, so it's more of an almost trade. Prices continue moving up. New high, first entry long, pullback, second entry long, and then it creates this, which I think is a higher low. So I actually take this trade. They have a rejection off the high of this orange up channel. Keep in mind this yellow one doesn't exist yet. So it's a break of the green, test the low. So it's a first entry long, even looks like a visual first entry, pullback, second entry. This second entry long, I didn't like because the inside bar to this big red one. But I did like it was kind of bouncing off the EMA, pushes back. I like that this candle moved 2 ticks below, or 1 tick, and reversed strongly with the high, closed the high. So I'm waiting for a break above this, and I got my order ready because it looks like it's moving back up, like it's reversing. Because it looked like it's bottoming out here, 3 legs down. This is a strong push up. This yellow, this orange leg pretty much engulfed this and this. So it engulfed these 2 legs down. So this leg down, leg number 2, and leg number 3 were all taken back by this big orange leg. So this big orange leg pretty much, these 2 are inside this guy. So that gave me a belief, or I suspect prices are about to reverse. So it actually opens, it pushes up. I quickly drop my order in 1 tick above. It came back for me, nice, fortunately, and then it reversed up and I went for a 2-point scalp, got my 2-point scalp, and I was out. So I was pretty happy. Looks like if you were trading with a runner, you could probably, or if I was trading with a runner, I like to think I'd probably take the runner up to here because I would have moved my stop from down here to 1 point above my entry. After this signal bar closed, I would have put it 1 tick below. This signal bar closed, I would have put it 1 tick below. This signal bar closed, I put it 1 tick below. And then this candle probably would have taken me out, or this one probably would have. And definitely this guy. So prices continue moving. I saw this as a potential yellow up channel now because I saw it's like 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. I trust the support more than I trust the resistance. So I'm looking for reasons to go long. I don't really see a good second entry. It's a new high, first entry long. Technically, you could say it's a second entry long. Here's a bad signal bar. It's just kind of choppy, sideways price action. Not the biggest fan. It looks like it breaks out of this trading range, moves down, hits this consolidation area. These candles aren't the most encouraging because they're just kind of spindly. There's big tails on each side, got dojis. Looks like it's in its own trading range. And I thought maybe it's in this bigger blue trading range. There's a bullish bias here. Now there's a bearish bias. Looks like it's moving back into the high side, which is up. So right now the blue up channel contains pretty well. This gray up channel doesn't exist yet, which is up and through. So technically the new low, first entry short, pullback, second entry short. Second entry short, it looks like it's breaking out of the pre-market range, The pre-market range isn't super reliable up here because it's only really one touch. So yes, it's a breakout, but I don't really trust that this range is super reliable yet. Clearly, there's a bullish bias, so prices could continue moving up. If it starts reversing down, you technically have a first entry long here, break of this green up channel, never test the low, so you still have a first entry. And actually, by the count, you have a second entry long here, first entry long pullback, second entry long. I didn't like the signal bar. It's red and it's inside to this guy. I'm also expecting a test of the low of this green down channel. So I'm thinking prices could still move down. So there's some conflicting variables here. So it's just best that I left it alone. Prices continue moving up. The new low here, you have a first entry short here. Technically, you have a second entry short here. Nothing's telling me to go short just yet because I also drew this orange up channel. Looks like it's floating inside this orange up channel pretty well. It's the first break. I expect maybe a potential test of the high. This gray up channel doesn't exist yet. It does exist as a trend line. So I had one touch, two touch. And I think I didn't quite draw this in until a little bit later. Starts reversing down, starts pushing back up. And I actually did draw this gray up channel at this time, but I think I had it a little tighter to try to make these touch a little bit more. There's a small break, touch, touch. So now I'm operating in this gray up channel, double top, triple top, and it keeps going. This was marked as an almost trade because it was a new low, first entry short, pullback, push up and back down, second entry short. It's almost trade because I'm at the very highs. I feel like I would be picking the highs. EMA hasn't really been violated too badly since down here. So it feels a little dicey. Prices continue moving. There's a new high. Get a first entry long here, but that's all you get. It's also a break of this potential green down channel. So I'm expecting a test of the low, but then the EMA is coming into play. So it could be first entry long, pullback. Technically, you have a second entry long here. Break of this green has tested the low. Let me just go ahead and do this. There you go. Looks like this. Break has tested the low. I'm not sure, but I was thinking I want to see it bounce off of this support here. It kind of does it. Technically, you have a new high, first entry long pullback, second entry long pullback. You have a higher low and a potential triple test off of this support. It wasn't a range in real time for me yet, but it looks like it was one attempt, two attempt, third attempt, bounce rejection off the low of my range and also off the low of this gray up channel. So there's two key entry points, great signal bar. Green down channel has played out because it looks like it's a break, tested low. Looks like it was one attempt down, made a second attempt down. It's reversing up, or you could just say it's pretty much one attempt. But I had two key entry points going for it, good signal bar. I thought this was a decent setup right here. Which is up. You'd have to sit through this if you're going for 2 points until about right here you finally would have gotten it. It's the high. So this trend line or this support line, I turned into a channel more decisively now because I think I had it as something more clear. Then turned it into a blue channel afterwards because it looked like it was one touch, two touch. I'm not that keen on a triple test because it's clearly a bullish move. So I'm wary of going short. I'm just looking for if there is going to be a reversal. When it comes down here, I'd be getting a long trade ready. So here you actually have so technically you have a new low, first entry short, by the count, second entry short. This makes a new high, so you can't really say it's a lower high, which is, I actually thought this was an almost trade because it's localized high. This is the highest high it's ever been all day. Say first entry long pullback, second entry long. The only reason I didn't call it an actual setup is this looks like it'll also just be one leg down. So it could just be visual first entry long. But it is bouncing off the gray up channel support. Decent signal bar. Reverses, but now there is confirmation of second entry long. It's too late because it looks like it's hitting this resistance. So I don't want to be looking to buy because I'd be buying right into this trading range. But it breaks out. You have another new high, first entry long pullback. Technically, you have a second entry long here. It's not a good signal bar. You would not be thinking of going long yet because there's no clear indication. Then you have a confirmed second entry long here, but it feels like it's too late now. Plus, it pulled back, pushes up. You got a higher low here, but it's a wrong signal bar. Looks like it's pushing up on this red up channel break, test the high, and just keeps going. So it's a new high, first entry long pullback, potential second entry long, but now it looks like the body is sitting on this gray up channel support, whereas previously all these guys didn't, because the close on these guys that do touch, well, this one was where it first established, but this guy is clearly above this guy. Same thing here. The close is clearly above the bounce point, clearly above. Here, now it's right on it. So that gives me a little bit of caution. So it's the first entry long, second entry long. I'm looking for a higher low. You kind of get a higher low here, but I would thought I also was in a trading range now. This confirmed the trading range because higher low, this is an inside bar to this. It looks like it's ranging now. This comes down here, definitely looks like it's ranging. One attempt, two attempt, three attempt, pushes back up. It is the first break of it this now. Breaks out decisively. Now it looks like it's back into this gray trading range, gray trend channel. So it's the first breakout, first decisive breakout. It's moving back in. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Starts moving up. No real clear second entries. There's a lot of first entries. I try to make something fit, but it really didn't help too much. Let's go ahead and just color this in. There's no second entries off of this. Breaks, tests this gray support, but now it's breaking through. So you do have a first entry long pullback. I don't like the EMA that is flattening out because previously the EMA did have kind of a bullish bias, startly curving up. This one's flattening, and it looks like it's at an inflection point. It actually could turn down. So it's actually a new high, first entry long pullback. You could have a second entry long here. I don't like that it's, in this case, below the EMA now. It would have worked for probably 1 point scalp. For 2 points, I don't know that you would have gotten it. It's a new low, localized low, first entry short pullback. You have a second entry short triple test. This happened kind of quickly because you don't have a confirmed second entry short yet. You could suspect that one's going to happen, but when it confirms, now it's too late to try to short into this potential support of the trend, of the trading range. Plus, keep in mind the overall bias is still bullish, so you'd be shorting on a bullish uptrend, so it feels a little counter trend, which is up. Again, it's confirming this trading range, which feels pretty reliable right now. Looks like it's one leg up, pullback. Now it's making a second leg. So I'm thinking there's a measured move potentially made here. Is it going to reverse back with a fail breakout? So this looks pretty good. Looks like it's coming back down, but it stopped short of breaking decisively through. Now it has. So I see a first entry short, second entry short. I'm looking for a lower high. Unfortunately, you don't get a lower high and it reverses back up. Pushes up to the high side, starts moving back down. First entry long. Break of the screen down channel. I'm expecting a test of the low. Second entry long was a bad signal bar. It does push down, test the low. This looks like it'd be a multiple test. First entry short, second entry short, excuse me. First touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. Looks like the break of the green has completed. Is it going to reverse? This is a nice beginning, but I did not expect this huge move up. So I didn't, just kind of caught me off guard. But even then, I wasn't going to trade in this because this is entering the last 10 minutes of the day. Prices move up. It gets really choppy. You do have a second entry long here, first entry long pullback, second entry long. If this is regular trading hours, I may have considered this because it looked like clearly this big push up. There's two corrections back, but it looks like it's about to reverse back up. So maybe there's a trade here if there were more time. That kind of pushes into the close. So kind of how I saw the charts today. Not super tricky today, but there were a few setups, not that many. I wish I had, I wish I was able to jump on this guy, and then this guy was probably worth a shot too. But getting one win and just one trade is okay. So hopefully that was helpful.